Well, the Amazing Race Canada brought teams home last night as the final 5 teams raced through Saskatchewan. Unfortunately, after a busy race day, another team was eliminated.
Adam and Andrea, you two are the last team to arrive.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to tell you this, but you have been eliminated from the race.
Yeah. It's okay.
Brother and sister team, Adam and Andrea, were eliminated. You saw it after they were U-turned and had to complete an additional detour. And though their time on the race is over, we are happy to have them here in the studio with us this morning. I always greet our eliminated contestants with, I'm sorry that you're here.
That's okay.
Because it means you're not part of the race. You know, as a brother and sister team, there's a lot of fascinating dynamics at play. But let's talk first of all about the U-turn, Adam. You had to complete another detour. This was a horse auction. Tell us about the frustration that you were feeling in that moment.
I don't think we were too frustrated about it. It was kind of, we didn't expect it. I barely got out of the car and Andrea turned around right away and was like, yep, we got U-turned. So we didn't really have time to process it all. Just had to hurry up and get to the other detour.
You look pretty comfortable on that mic, though.
There's so many things that made me feel uncomfortable throughout the race that you just have to get used to things really quickly. And yeah, fight that challenge.
All right, speaking of getting used to things pretty quickly, you had to load a trailer full of canola seed, Andrea.
Yes.
That was sort of your country experience in this leg of the tour.
Yeah, we are city people, so that was interesting. But, I mean, we got the hang of it. We hadn't had many challenges so far where we're like, okay, we can't do this. So, you know, once we got it going, I think the hardest part was finding that button. Once we got the button, then we were good to go.
After the detour, Andrea, you had to complete a stacking challenge. You were almost done. We're going to show people what happened. No. It falls apart. It toppled over. Yeah. I want you to watch this footage and then tell me what you were feeling there. So you get it done, right? You're so careful. You're so precise. Look at your brother. He's just like so particular. And then you're almost there, and then it falls apart. I know. You tried so hard.
Yeah.
Tell me what you're feeling when that happened.
It does hurt.
Yeah.
It actually fell like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
We were the, yeah, there it is.
And there's the frustration.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, Mother Nature wasn't being nice to us that day. It fell, yeah, like Andrea said, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And we were also ahead of Corey and Yvonne at that point, so we were thinking, like, karma's gonna be on our side, you know, we can catch up to them. So to feel that, you know, we were actually that close to pass them, and then it falls over again. It was, yeah, it was heartbreaking.
And then again and again.
And again. You know, the brother and sister dynamic of this, I loved. You know, you see your brothers being so frustrated like that. And what's interesting about siblings are, I mean, you've seen him be frustrated before as a little kid, right? So it doesn't faze you much.
No.
When you were trying to come up with your partnership, what made you guys think that this was the right combo to have?
I think family bond is the strongest bond you can have. I mean, you know, we fought on the race. You know, it didn't show it that much, but we did. We bumped heads, but you know, the next day we wake up and she's still with my sister. Yeah. So we have to get over it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's smart. I think it's smart to do it with a family member, whether it's a mom or a dad. It's smart because, you know, like you said, once something happens, you have no choice. The next day, you're still brother and sister, so keep on going.
You know, I know you can't be in contact with your families during the race, but, you know, I have to imagine that they're all watching the TV screen at home, yelling and screaming.
Yeah, yeah. They knew nothing, you know, what the outcome of the race. And our Tuesday nights were pretty much a Saturday night at our household. Yeah, yeah, nice big viewing parties and all that. It was fun to watch that.
You finished your day searching for a queen bee amongst a bunch of honeybees. I'm sure that is not something that you had anticipated as you were entering this race. I don't know a lot of people who could manage to do this. Tell us about what was going on here.
I've never seen so many bees in my life, and I'm just thinking, okay, I'm a very visual person. There's gotta be something different here, but they all look the same.
They really do.
And there's so many of them. And like, as you're taking the pallets out, you're even squishing some of them. So you're trying to be careful not to kill them, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot of luck because the queen apparently doesn't leave where she is, and if you don't find her in the first crate, then she's in the second one, you know? So mine was in the second one on like my last pallet. So yeah, that was a little
From loading
difficult.
canola seed to hunting for queen bees, you always wonder, how do they come up with these challenges?
Yes.
We ask every group that comes on this show, I'm gonna ask you guys the same thing. You watched the race at home before, you're fans of the show. Was it harder than you expected?
100%, yeah.
In what way?
I mean, take away the challenges, but just the whole, you don't get much sleep. You sleep in airports, you sleep on airplanes, you're not eating properly. So I think it's just that kind of exhaustion that catches up to you towards the end of the race. The challenges were definitely challenging, but I think, it was more the everyday life of running the race that got to us.
What did you guys learn about each other that you didn't know before?
She is way more competitive than I thought. Way more. And she talks a lot more than I thought, too. Oh, boy. You have to acknowledge everything she says.
Yeah, absolutely.
Andrea, for you, what did you learn about your brother you didn't know before?
I honestly thought he was a very impatient guy, but to deal with me, so much patience. So props to him.
All right, thank you guys both for being here this morning.
Thank you.
And a reminder, you can catch The Amazing Race Canada Tuesday nights on CTV at 8 o'clock Eastern and Pacific.